நீங்கள் பார்த்து கொண்டிருப்பது உங்கள் RSKV யூடியூப் சேனல்.
Income Tax Inspector Exam 2014 Paper 4 Office Procedure. Question: as per the audit manual, the returns that are merely processed under section 143(1) for the purpose of internal audit are to be not audited at all. Question 2. Before making a search of premise under section 132, the authorized officer is required to call upon 2 or more respectable inhabitants of the locality as witnesses. Question 3. The assessing officer is required to reply to a revenue audit memo within 3 days. Question 4. Reports regarding widening of tax base find place in CAP 2. Question 5. Maternity leave is not admissible to a female government servant in case of threatened abortion. Question 6. Explanation of the officer and staff concerned is to be compulsorily called for where the audit objection pertains to income tax and the tax effect involved is more than rupees 1 lakh and the audit objection has been accepted by the department. Question 7. Under what section of Income Tax Act the assessee shall be liable to pay interest on the excess amount of refund granted to the assessee? 234D. Question 8. Substituted services of a notice is effected by taking either of steps 1 or 2. 1. Affixture only. 2. By advertising in newspaper only. Question 9. Which of the following is the correct method of correcting errors in cash book? Strike off the incorrect entry and insert the correct entry in red ink duly attested by DDO. Question 10. Service of notice by affixture is resorted to only in cases of addressee or his agent refused to receive the notice. 2. Despite best efforts, addressee or his agent cannot be found on premises. Question 11. The amount of commuted value of pension is taken into consideration for determining the amount payable in respect of residuary gratuity. Question 12. Penalty for failure to furnish, return or comply with notice and concealment of assets etc. is contained in section dash of Wealth Tax Act 1957, section 18(1). Question 13. A block period for the purpose of home travel concession is a period of dash calendar years 2. Question 14. An official does not join duty after leave. The HRA paid for the leave period has to be recovered if the reason for not joining duty after leave is due to resignation. Question 15. Which section in the Income Tax Act 1961 allows write-off of a demand outstanding against an assessee? Section 285B, Section 287, Section 289. Answer: none of the above. Question 16. A deceased government servant is survived by a childless widow having no independent source of income, his dependent widow mother, and an unmarried dependent sister. The childless widow getting family pension remarries after some time. The grant of family pension would get affected as under. His widow will remain eligible for family pension till her independent source of income becomes equal to or higher than the minimum prescribed family pension in the central government. Question 17. Refund banker facility is operational in all over India. Question 18. During which month every year salary is paid twice? April. Question 19. Mr. Raju's pay in pay level 10 is rupees 57,800. He is also getting a personal pay of rupees 11,150. Mr. Raju is eligible for HRA at the rates calculated on his level in the pay matrix. Question 20. The difference between revenue receipts and revenue expenditure is called revenue deficit. Question 20. Which of the following is true? A. Refund of rupees 1 crore and above can be issued by assessing officer without any approval. B. Refund can be adjusted against outstanding demand without giving any prior intimation to the assessee. Reports regarding pendency and disposal of audit objection find place in CAP 1. Answer D. None of the above. Question 22. A survey under section 133A can ordinarily be conducted only at a place where business or profession is carried on. Question 23. Which rule of ITCP rules 1962 prescribes various forms to be used for tax recovery purposes? Rule 22. Question 24. As per Central Action Plan 2017-18, all brought forward returns were to be processed by 31/8/2017. Issue summons under Section 131 of Income Tax Act 1961 is as per Code of Civil Procedure 1908. Question 26. All the vouchers up to dash relating to a contingent bill will be attached to the office. Copy of the bill and retained in the office of DDO, since these are not required to be presented to Pay and Audit Officer. Rupees 500. Question 27. Pensioners are not residing in areas covered by CGHS are entitled for medical allowance of rupees 1,000 per month. Question 28. Government dues received by DDOs are to be entered in cash book simultaneous with issue of receipts. Question 29. Zonal Committee for Write-off of Arrears is constituted by CBDT. Question 30. Notice under Section 133(6) cannot be issued to Managing Director of a company in which public are substantially interested. B. Chief Financial Officer of a company paying tax under minimum alternate tax. C. Person who has a valid permanent account number. Answer D. None of the above. Question 31. Family of the employee includes minor brother living with the government employee. Question 32. Absence from work on account of participation in GHERO, GHERO, should in all the case be treated as unauthorized absence involving break in service. Question 33. For HTC and LTC, the maximum amount of advance that can be sanctioned is % of actual fare, 90%. Question 34. Claims for pay and allowances can be preferred for part of the month in any of the following conditions. Transfer involving change of account circle or DDO. Government servant quitting service during the month. Transfer from or to a post outside the country. Transfer on foreign service. These four are correct. Question 35. For which of the following kind of leave a government official is not entitled to any leave salary? Extraordinary leave. Question 36. Dash is empowered to a place of government employee under suspension. A. Appointing authority. B. Disciplinary authority. Both A and B are correct. Question 37. In which section of the Income Tax Act the time limit for completion of assessment and reassessment proceedings are spelled out? Section 153. Question 38. Correct section. Rule and form in relation to recovery certificate issued by TRO are Section 222/223, Rule 117B from Form 57. Question 39. The conditions to be satisfied for revision of any order under Section 263 are is that it is erroneous in so far as it is prejudicial to the interest of the revenue. Question 40. Amount in provident fund standing at credit shall become payable when the subscriber 1. Quits service, 2. Is dismissed from service, 3. Retires from service. Answer D. All of the above. Question 41. Female employee has a choice to include dash in the family, either her parents or her parents-in-law. Question 42. Appeal under Section 260A should be filed within dash from the date on which the order appealed against is received by the CCIT or CIT. 120 days. Question 43. Children education allowance is not admissible during period treated as dice-non. Question 44. The tax recovery officer TRO has power to arrest and detain the tax defaulter. Which of the following statement is false in this regard? TRO cannot arrest Kartha of HUF. Spelling is wrong. Question 45. Report regarding arrears exceeding rupees 1 crore finds place in dossier report. Question 46. Contingent charges actually incurred should be drawn dash and should not be allowed to be carried over to the next year at once. Question 47. General Financial Rules 2017 came into force from 8/3/2017. Question 48. Service of notice when HUF is partitioned or firm is dissolved is governed by provisions of Section 283. Question 49. Children education allowance is admissible to officials drawing grade pay up to without any limit of level pay. Question 50. A government employee belonging to Group B can accept gift from his relatives or friends on the occasion of his anniversary without intimating the government, provided the value of gift does not exceed rupees 15,000. Question 51. For purposes of travelling allowance, an employee in transit from one post to another ranks in the lower of the two. Question 52. As per Central Action Plan 2017-18, issue of notice to AIR, non-filers had to be done by 31/12/2017. Question 53. The Commissioner of Income Tax cannot revise the order of the assessing officer under Section 263 after expiry of 2 years from the end of financial year in which the order sought to be revised was passed. Question 54. Which of the following is false? A revenue expenditure is an amount spent to acquire or improve a long-term asset such as equipment or building. This statement is wrong. Question 55. The quantum of permanent advance, also called imprest, should normally be half of the average monthly contingent expenditure, in any case not exceeding average monthly contingent expenditure. Question 56. Children education allowance is admissible for the study of children in all educational institutions recognized by the central government, state government, UT, university, or by an recognized deductional authority. Question 57. Which of the following is not a minor penalty? Reduction to lower level in pay scale for specific period with cumulative effect. Question 58. An appeal under Rule 86 of Second Schedule to Income Tax Act 1961 should be in form number ITCP 29A. Question 59. Register of irrecoverable demand includes cases of A. Scaling down of demand, B. Complete write-off of demand, C. Partial write-off of demand. Answer D. All of the above. Question 60. Which of the following periods are not eligible for being counted as qualifying service of a government servant? Extraordinary leave taken on medical certificate, B. Extraordinary leave granted due to his inability to join or rejoin duty on account of civil commotion, C. Extraordinary leave granted to him for pursuing higher scientific and technical studies. Answer D. None of the above. Question 61. Both husband and wife are central government employees. Choose the correct statement from the following regarding children education allowance CEA. Either husband or wife has to claim the CEA fully. Question 62. Which of the following statement is true? Any notice under section 148 for the assessment year is invalid if the income that has escaped assessment is a subject matter of appeal. Question 63. Permanent officer means a person who has been confirmed in the entry grade. Question 64. Which of the following actions on the part of the government employee shall not amount to misconduct? Seeking redress of grievance in a court of law without prior permission from the government. Question 65. The time limitation for completion of assessment or reassessment to the Wealth Tax Act is prescribed under section dash of the Wealth Tax Act, section 17A. Question 66. Under what section of the Income Tax Act the assessing officer may, in lien of payment of refund, set off the amount to be refunded against the sum remaining payable under Income Tax Act 245. Question 67. Which of the following statement is true? A. The government servant required to work as cashier and handle cash should furnish security for an amount prescribed by the head of the department under GFR 275, depending upon amount of cash transaction involved. B. The security can be in the form of cash or fidelity bond from a nationalized general insurance company or in any of the form of deposits or certificates, etc., prescribed under GFR 275. C. The security should be supported by a bond executed by the government servant in form GFR 30 in case of cash bracket line including cash deposits or saving certificates, etc., bracket close, and in form GFR 31 in case of fidelity bond. Answer D. All of the above. Question 68. The period of limitation for filing of belated return of income is within dash or before completion of assessment, whichever is earlier. Answer relevant annual year. Question 69. Minimum subscription for GPOS is 6% of emoluments as on 31st March of the preceding year. Question 17. Joining time can be combined with earned leave. Question 71. As per Central Action Plan 2017-18, dash percent of the non-time barring security assessments were to be completed by the assessing officer by 31/3/2018. 20%. Question 72. Income chargeable to tax has escaped assessment if any income has been underassessed. B. Where such income has been assessed at too low rate. Both A and B are true. Question 73. Search warrant under section 132 is issued by the DIT bracket line in vigilance after taking administrative approval of DGIT investigation bracket line. Question 74. Full daily allowance is admissible of an employee is absent on official tour from headquarters for a period exceeding 12 hours. Question 75. Under which section of the Income Tax Act the board has prescribed a procedure for condonation of delay for belated claims of refunds? 119 bar 2b. Question 76. As per Central Action Plan 2017-18, weeding out of the records were to be completed by 30th September 2017. Question 77. Which of the following officer has power to seal down the tax arrears? Scale down the tax arrears. CIT. Question 78. The return of income has been processed under Section 143 bar 1 for the annual year 2021-22. The income escaping assessment is below rupees 50 lakhs. Notice under Section 148 can be issued by 31/3/2025. The term family for the purpose of medical attendance. Rule CGHS rules includes husband, B. wife including more than one wife, C. judicially separated wife. Answer D. all of the above. Question 80. Please consider the following statements. 1. Though separate columns does not exist in cash book, it is always advisable to mention the particulars of bill numbers, etc., against which check is received for easy reference and cross-check with bills registers GAR 9. 2. Checks drawn in favor of parties, either government, officials or third parties, received by the DDOs just for handing over the concerned parties, as also checks DDs received from the parties drawn in favor of PAO received by the DDOs for processing them on to PAO need not be entered in the cash book. Both 1 and 2 are correct. Question 81. Which station will be taken as headquarters after a government employee is placed under suspension? The station of posting immediately before his suspension. Question 82. Which statement regarding powers of tax of recovery officer as per Schedule 2 to Income Tax Act 1961 is correct? Can attach and self-movable and immovable properties of the defaulter. Question 83. The power to write off income tax arrears is contained in the Income Tax Act, B. Wealth Tax Act, C. Income Tax and Wealth Tax Act. Answer D. None of the above. Question 84. License fee is related to government accommodation allotted to the government servant. 85. Question. If an official is under suspension, then home travel concession is admissible to his family members but not to the official. Question 86. By what day of the month should pay and allowance bill reach the PAO or check drawing DDO in case where DDO's offices is situated away but not in a remote place? 20th day of the month. Question 87. A government servant who is retired prematurely with payment of salary and allowances in lieu of notice period of 3 months is entitled for pension from the date of premature retirement. Question 88. If the Government of India, the power is to issue a financial sanction rests primarily with Ministry of Finance. Question 18. In general financial rules, subordinate authority means A. A department of central government, B. Any authority subordinate to the President. Both A and B are correct. Question 90. For the purpose of travelling allowance, employees are divided into 5 grades. Question 91. Column number 9 of CAP is related to demand difficult to recover. Question 92. As per Central Action Plan 2017-18, budget estimates for financial year 2017-18 are answer D, none of the above. Question 93. Main content of CAP 1 report to A. Demand raised and collection affected. Details of disputed demand and demand difficult to recover. Question 94. Family pension is payable at the rate of 30% of the pay lost drawn. Question 95. In a case where the tax effect involved by is only rupees 10,000, but the High Court has adjudicated a particular provision of the Income Tax Act as ultra virus and unconstitutional. The issue should be contested on merits irrespective of the low tax effect. Question 96. Mr. Shah is a central government servant staying in a government accommodation allotted to his wife, who is also a central government employee. Choose the correct statement from the following. Mr. Shah is not eligible for HRA. Question 97. No interest on refund shall be payable to the assessee if the amount of refund is less than dash percent of tax as determined under section 143(1) or on regular assessment. 10. Question 98. Which of the following is not correct? The leave of one kind already availed during the service period by an official can be converted retrospectively into leave of another kind after retirement of the official from the service. This statement is not correct. Question 99. Travel entitlements are based on the following parameters. A. Level in pay matrix. B. Actual cost of journey performed by the employee. Both are correct. Question 100. For the purpose of expenditure related survey conducted under section 133A bracket 5, an income tax inspector can be duly authorized as an income tax authority, cannot be authorized as an income tax authority. C. Can be duly authorized as an income tax authority only if he is accompanied by an income tax officer. Answer A. Can be duly authorized as an income tax authority.